Shane, please tell me this is wrong. God. You know, these people want to jump on this like they're all happy because it's a church conspiracy. But after talking with folks, you realize that no matter what dynamic you look at this with, the consistent variable here continually is you. I'm not. I mean, please tell me. These people are wrong. Right? They are completely wrong, and they're off their rocker, and I'm so sorry that you're done discussing this. Bless your heart. I think a brick would be a better. I'm not sure what you don't understand about this. What I think is sad is why on earth, why in the world? I mean, out of these 4 people here that received this email, for some reason, it is you, isn't it? Look, man, you're going to have to take a long, deep look at how you're going to unravel this horseshit. I mean, let's just be honest. It's a big pile of poo that Faith stepped in. She didn't mean to step in it. I didn't know it was this deep. But you're going to have to figure out how it is you're going to unravel this. Because, I mean, let's just shoot straight here. Somehow you've got to figure out how it is that. And don't forget, you're a lieutenant with Cleburne PD, right? You've got one of these right here. Your crew does. So do you. You realize the cops do as well, right? And just so you know ahead of time, I've kind of been going there for a week or two, and you know, from back in the days when we quarantined off the sanctuary and everybody ran around with red and blue plastic guns, it wasn't really hard for me to recognize what was going on. Especially given the fact that, I had just told, Patrick, hey, look, man, my spidey senses are tingling. Why is Faith, Aubrey, and Suzanne walking into church 20 minutes before the previous service is over? That's an anomaly. That's abnormal. I spotted it, and I made sure to say something to Patrick. So, December 26th, dude, every one of these, it keeps going back. Okay, so December 24th, Alexis is what? Supposedly harassed in the auditorium, right? She's not, but that doesn't really matter, does it? It's like the shit's so deep you don't know where to start. Now I see why they're wanting to jump on this. Okay, December 24th. Alexis is harassed in the auditorium. And it's happened What did she? Oh, again, man. I'm sorry. This is so much to take in, and I understand. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this correct. Shane, I'm sorry. However, you believe that you've gotten the church into this point. Um, I even asked Patrick to walk with me to go get coffee. Look, man. Gee, Shane. So Patrick won't tell the truth. Why? Katie gets a hold of that video and suddenly is unblocked, reblocked, whatever me. God, I mean, as long as you're wise and as long as you're right in your own eyes, that's all that matters, right? Good God Almighty. Alexis gets harassed in the auditorium. But she didn't. But you really don't care, do you? As long as you get a hold of something, repeat the lie, and make sure that nobody else tells the truth. So I walk into church. Liz says, Brad, she's at this service. I immediately go on alert. I walk in the door. I see Alexis, and I see Faith standing over there by the Jeep. So I immediately go and protect myself, take the high road, and go stand next to Patrick. I say, Patrick, man, it sure is rough knowing that Alexis is being filled with toxic garbage, and she no longer knows how much the guy that she called Daddy loves her. Listen, man, I don't know if you're allowed to leave this spot or not, but I'd like to walk over there and get coffee, and Faith is standing right there. We're in the lobby, back against the wall facing into the auditorium. So look, Faith is standing over there. I don't even want to walk by her. I'm not gonna show you the rest of it, because obviously yo ass can't be trusted. But you understand I have deep roots. I mean, we're talking 80 years, 60 years, 40 years. This is gonna come back to bite you in the ass. I'm just a heads up. Faith starts telling all the other soccer moms, and no, I'm not gonna. I didn't blur it out because obviously I guess I need to blur out the source and all the other ones. Faith is telling everybody that the girl that Alexis was harassed 4 times. Look, man, if she's going to lie to you, she's going to lie about you. You understand that, right? I mean, so instead of saying, Patrick, I need you to type up what happened. I will consider your request. I love you, brother. I pray for the situation to be resolved. I mean, I've asked these guys, I don't know how many times, to try to let them know what's going on. Like you literally had to have told them, whatever he says, ignore it. Don't tell the truth. So, if I need Patrick to tell the truth about what happened on December 24th in the lobby, and I actually still want to protect Pathway and the safety squad and Faith's mouth going all over town saying, yes, that place is so bad. Alexis has been harassed 4 times. I don't think you understand, like, emotionally unstable can also have a Kunta Kinte. I mean, does that just not register to you, or do they have like a PP tape on you? Do they have like some kind of blackmail? What is it that they have on you, Lieutenant Wilkson, Cleveland Police Department? What in the world is it? What is your deal? This lady is from a cult. Stuff doesn't register correctly with her, man. What was that? Oh, I bookmarked something else. Here, let me just read the back cover of this. Ritual abuse and its after effects. Understanding programming, conditioning, indoctrination, and multiplicity dissociative reactions. Healing issues. I mean, it's like you just like take this like window shopping view of some situation. You grab a hold of your badge, rub it against your hero complex, and think you're going to make detective because this is the pathway of deception. Go Lieutenant Ninja Cop. You realize that whenever Katie gets a hold of this, she's going to forward it to Faith. This is how Faith thinks. And again, I'm not going to show you all of them. But you need to know, man. Get a clue. Crisis intervention for trauma recovery and education. I mean, this is the stuff that you're supposed to be helping with, okay? You're not supposed to just see a Kunta Kinte in a minivan and say, "Yep, it must be the one with the penis. Everybody jump on it." I mean, it sounds stupid, but geez, man, what do they have on you? There's no way in the world you're going to be able to say, "Look, it's a whoopsie for 7 months." And understand, Faith stepped in like the tip of the iceberg pile of poo, right? There's Katie doing it again last year, there's Katie doing it again with somebody else. I mean, this pile of crap that's unraveling is not going to work. I don't know how else to say that to you. I mean, there's something about you, man, that just ain't gonna get it. And I'm terribly sorry here, but however you believe that you've gotten to this point, yeah, the location has been on since, I don't know, 2009, I guess. Okay? So, now remember, you're going to have to stand up there and defend Casey, right? Because remember when I told you I was aware of what was going on? The second he said, "Brad, we need you to come out into the lobby to the Welcome Center," I started recording. When Casey called you, and never mind. Casey called you that morning, didn't he? And everything else that was going on from before when the cops got there, all the way to me driving the go-kart. I like to call it a go-kart. All the way to me driving the golf cart back over to Jack in the Box and putting it up. Every bit of that is on here. It's not going to go away. I'm going to be here for another year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. It's not going to disappear, man. So you're going to have to stand up there and let's just go with just Casey on March 11th, okay? Brad's been kicked out of 3 churches. Because listen, Under no circumstances, and this is where I'm starting to get why these people are so insistent on this being a big, substantial case. You've got to now figure out, Brad's been kicked out of 3 churches, right? Suzanne is now Brad's mother. What were the other ones? I'm not getting up. What did he say? Oh, we've let this go on for so long now. We've given him multiple warnings. What was the 4th one? I forgot. All right, so let's just try to go with one. Sheesh. All right, so which Sunday here is it that you're going to say that this rule, boundary, whatever you got going, started? Okay? Because remember, under no circumstances do you ever want to say, oh crap, we repeat gossip, don't check it, we just do this window shopping, shoot first, ask questions later, act first, and then cover up the horse shit after we stepped in it too deep. Under no circumstances can you say that. Because, again, these skyscraper lawyer people, they have cheese trays. I've never been to a lawyer's office that has a cheese tray. I'm just saying. Under no circumstances, man, do you want Rick Allen or anybody at Cleveland PD or anything else. That's why they want this so bad. Damn, Shane. You just repeat the crap. You don't give, let's be honest. You don't give a crap at all how emotionally unstable this person is who came from 35 years of being born in a cult. There's no brakes on the van. And she's ready to jump in the van and drive off until Caitlyn finally, because she's been educated, Caitlyn finally continually dissolves and diffuses Mom's outburst until Faith says, okay, now we can go to volleyball. We're going to volleyball, for God's sake. And something triggers her into explosive delusions. I can't help it. You can't help it either. Get that through your, rub the badge against your hero complex. Get that through your head, dude. Covering it up ain't gonna help either. It's digging the damn hole deeper. Sending some crap over to Katie is instigating it even worse. You don't know what she's going to do next. There is not a sense of, this is real, this is a delusion. She can't process the difference. Just like somebody coming back from Afghanistan, hearing a car backfire, and unloading their pistol. Faith cannot tell the difference between this is real, this is not real. Your kids are not going to be abducted. Your kids are in danger. She can't figure out the difference, man. You don't give a flying rat's ass, do you? As long as you get to be right in your own eyes. That is sad. But listen, in the same district, court that handled, things back in 1980, deep roots. All right, so you're going to need to pick and figure out which one of these Sundays you'd like to say that this rule started. Okay? you're going to need to figure out which one of these, on what day, what time, what is that? Oh, that's David and who asked? Oh, that was Liz. She asked me to take a picture of her. You're gonna have to pick. You're gonna have to figure out, dude. Pick a day. When did this start? Well, let's pretend that it started on, on what day did this rule start? Because don't forget, you can't sit there and say, oh shit, we just repeated, Brad's been kicked out of 3 churches. This is Brad's mama. She came back from the dead, obviously. He's been kicked out of 3 other churches. We've told him 1,000,000 times. No, you haven't. I'm sorry, you don't care to validate what Faith is saying. Or what Katie is saying. Or what Adrian is trying to say. You really don't give a shit, do you? Wow. That is terrifying, man. That's a recipe for disaster that you're cooking up. And every one of those websites that I've helped these guys make that do online training and they deliver courses, I've ran this through every damn one of them. And I've asked them and I've put together the timeline just like I've had to do for the law firms. Because I'm really hoping I can find a law firm that does not want to be so aggressive. Every one of those websites that I've helped those guys with and everything else, I've said, okay, look, as I'm sitting here making your church training videos and we're putting all that together, and I'm going through all of these and watching these, tell me if this right here makes any frickin' sense at all. And it doesn't. The shit that you are doing makes absolutely no frickin' sense at all. Vet the threat? No. Look at it from a couple of different angles? No. Get another opinion? No. You just build a profile based on somebody's gossip. And here's the weird part where one of the law firms has this theory that you are indeed consistently covering up for somebody or something. I don't want to believe that. Just saying, I don't want to believe that. But it does start to add up. The second you, a lieutenant for a neighboring suburb, realized that the people on that recording was part of the safety squad, they have this idea that that's when the again, it's everything points to this. I do not want to say that it's true, but everything does kind of point to this. The second you saw whose car he parked in front of, that's when it started. And everything from that point forward was piss in Alan's face. I'm going to use the safety squad. I'm going to use the church's money, time, and resources to try to cover something up. Tell me that's not what happened. Because that is a very toxic and explosive and dangerous situation. Who the hell knows if either the UC or the dressed out cop would have been trigger happy because they're suddenly on edge based on your mouth and your rhetoric and your repeated toxic lie, what would have happened if I reached for my phone? Or if I was reaching for a hand warmer and they would have pulled out and shot right there in the middle of the auditorium. I mean, dude, you're not a fucking ninja. What the hell are you thinking? These it's like Dumbo. Hey, why is the cop here? Oh, they're here for you, Brad. They are? Yeah, Katie came in here and, started making it sound like you were going to come into church guns a-blazing. Wow. Really? Oh, yeah. So that's why Donna's over there. God bless her. For real. She's not too subtle. It was really kind of obvious. And thank God for people with integrity who are not gullible, stupid, naive. So listen, Hot Rod. Which Sunday are you going to say that this hoopla started? Okay? You're going to have to figure out one. Don't know when. Don't care when. You're going to have to figure out something. Okay? You're also going to need to figure out how to... You're going to need to figure out how to bring my mom back to life, okay? Because don't forget, you can't sit there and say, no, Judge Neil Bridewell, we don't just repeat crap without validating any of it. But then on the other hand, you've got Casey saying, he was harassing his mama. But what's interesting, if you'll kind of pull your head out and really go back and listen to it, Casey says this is his mother who doesn't have a relationship with him. You realize everybody from the mayor and the previous mayor, all the way back to Rick Roper, Hash Brown, Deep Roots, knew Jan. Okay? You're going to have to figure out how the heck you're going to get out of that one. Oh, and plus, you do not want to be guilty of saying, oh crap, we just repeat Katie Faith Adrian's, profile of crap. And just repeat, because it's already there, man. It's already recorded. It's already public record. It's already been viewed. People are really tired of their junk, okay? Just, I don't know if that's a Hash Brown Deep Roots, but either you've got something going on with them, or you're completely being tickled and excited a bit too much. Is that the right way to say that? There's something going on there, man. I don't know how you're going to get around that one. Still not sure which one of these Married couple can't trust everyone. Secrecy is the enemy of intimacy. When a problem is hidden, there's nothing you can do to fix it. Once it's out in the open, the healing process can finally begin. Whew! Dude. How in the hell are you going to unravel this? What is that? Oh, that was the fun run. Or the Jeez. So, do you have any idea which and then there's no more pathway, and again, I don't mind. How do you find out who you've been sharing your location with? Because this is how do you share, manage activity? Ah, fudge. This is the thing that's really gonna probably eat your probably gonna get your goat. Is it only on the phone? Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Hey, Ninja Cop. God bless you. You know, I've been here for at least a day or two. To protect the integrity of, telling the truth. It's not really that unreasonable to figure out, wow, I'll bet somebody, or especially after seeing Faith with the other people who have a history of this, I think I'll take steps to protect myself. So, you do understand whose email these are, right? Wow. How are you going to pull this off? I immediately started with anybody. What did that little devotional thing say? Secrecy is the enemy of bullshit. What did it say? So I immediately turned on my location sharing with everybody from Captain McGuire to Cordell to people. I didn't go all the way down there, but church staff members as well. Geesh. You just don't really care, do you? Doesn't really matter if public record shows, yes, she's got a restraining order against her. God bless them. Somebody said, oh, Brad, you better make sure you follow that restraining order, because, I'm like, do you not understand that restraining orders can go against people with a vagina as well as people with a penis? I'm wondering if, like, because I was I don't know, just kind of raised with, just a very, very truthful, hey, Heather, you're adopted. Hey, Brad, this is what happened when you were 2. Just very transparent. I don't think I ever got this whole gender blindness thing. Do you want to help somebody that's in distress? Absolutely. Do you want to enable somebody who is not in distress? No, because you're taking away from the whole church. You're taking away from the community every time you do that. Once you figure that out, if there's a pattern on month 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of continually saying, okay, look, dear guy that, no, screw it, Kevin Isaac. The dude works in quality control. 40 plus hours a week, his job is quality control. Plays softball with Heather and works with Buzz. Heather is my sister. Over at the old Harbison Fisher, Buzz is the brother-in-law. Okay. So you got Kevin Isaacs, man. Faith walks in the door at a very abnormal time, walks directly over to Kevin Isaacs, starts pointing over at Brad and going off on him. She just walked in the door. I'm standing next to Patrick. I told Patrick something didn't feel right there. How in the world did you get Kevin Isaacs to not tell the truth? You had to have told these people something. You don't give a shit about Aubrey, Alexis, or Caitlin, do you? If Faith is from a misogynistic, right-wing nutjob cult where men rule, and what happened to Faith when she was 15 and 16 years old by the pastor of the church, you don't give a shit about, do you? And how that trauma has affected her, you really don't give a crap as long as you get to be right. You are a sick and twisted soul. At any second now, am I supposed to wonder if there's going to be some swatting maneuver on the house here? Is Katie going to go get a gun filled with, what was it? Kerosene. Is Katie going to go get a super soaker filled with kerosene and come light the house up? That's your safety squad, man. Don't look at me. That's your safety squad. All right? Yeah. Is Adrian going to tell somebody, oh my goodness, he has a gun. He's got an AR-15 taped to an AR-16 beside an AR-17 mounted on top of a tank with a bazooka next to the artillery of the Ginsu knife. And then what happened next was then the aliens from Obamacare came to steal the guns. And then I heard he said, she said that, I mean, seriously, man. At what point does this shitstorm end? Give it a rest. Whatever the hell it is you think you got going, whatever the hell it is you think, golly gee whiz, let me forward this to Katie Reams. Dude. Aubrey, Alexis, and Caitlin shouldn't have to live in the fear that you think is funny. Hold on. I want to play something here for you. I'm looking for the part where...
Trust me, I'm leaving this back. So, Even if she says they're not, I told her I have to property to his and vice versa.
I'm looking for the part where
She says their lease is up and that she took a couple of his friends to help move. She said, I'm not taking any of his stuff. The blue shorts. Both of their place until they report him. We take him to the hospital, get treated out. If he's threatened to go explain, they report him.
oh yeah, there's the part where
Both of their place until what's about.
well,
I got phone calls. This is
I got phone calls.
I got phone calls from our church.
I got phone calls from our church.
That right now.
Because phone calls from the church. Because see, this is what you enable. And I'm starting to agree with this pattern that the law firm is saying is happening. It's not really about protecting Pathway or Pathway's integrity. Something else is going on there. Because I'm looking for the part where they say, if I tell you that he touched me, will you arrest him then? Unfortunately, on the way to that, it's kind of sick. Somebody from the church called me and said he's threatened to blow his brains out. So, dear everybody in the community who's already seen this, if you go to Pathway, and should you decide to go to counseling, the first thing that they're going to do is A, make something up, because I don't want to be dead. Sorry, I don't want to be dead. I know it's crazy. I don't want to be dead. But Pathway's process of handling this is to call the local salon. You can get your eyebrows plucked. You can get your eyebrows tattooed to your damn forehead, and that is the number one go-to place that Pathway relies on anytime someone goes to counseling. Right?
Safety team that and that's what I think.
How long ago was that?
2 days ago? Couple days. I got phone calls. This is obviously very privileged information.
I got phone calls. Obviously, this is very privileged information.
But I got phone calls from our church. Safety.
I got phone calls from our church. Damn.
Team.
From our church's safety team. So it really doesn't matter if Adrian throws the church's name under the bus either, right? Because I don't know why. It just doesn't matter to you, does it? Okay, let's keep going.
That he's threatened to blow his brains out.
That he's threatened to blow his brains out. With what? I still don't know. Still don't have I don't even have a water gun.
And that's what I think.
How long ago was that?
2 days ago?
Did they report him? Here's the amateur.
I don't know because that's privileged.
I don't know because that's privileged information. This is the part I don't get. It doesn't bother you that somebody's out there saying, listen, community members, I just want you to know that if you go to Pathway and you go to counseling, doesn't matter if you don't want to blow your brains out, but they will make up a lie and immediately call the local salon owner, the Ritz Salon and Spa or whatever it is. I mean, that's how Pathway handles stuff, right? No. It doesn't really bother you, does it? Oh. Wow.
It doesn't matter for when it comes to people starting to do stuff like there's certain things that If he's threatening to blow his brains out, he needs to be surprised. When it comes to this, if we get that, so it's just 15 minutes.
If he threatened to blow his brains out, somebody at Pathway would have called the police. Not. If he threatened to blow his brains out, somebody would have called the police. Not the local salon owner.
We take him to the hospital, get treated out. If it happened 2 days ago, it's concerning, but we have to have some sort of if they get information, I guess it's privilege. But here's the thing, I guess privilege, but then turn around, he does something, okay? So we get that from doctor's offices all the time. When people come to doctors call us, say, you've got a patient here. They would turn around. I know all these videos. Hey, thank you. I know party, he's okay. So,
This is not a lot of steps for me.
reason why I ask is because a lot of times these companies call it circle standby. So the thing that way keeps people, because we don't, how much stuff are we going to get?
It's not very much. I mean,
Anyway, so they get egg on their face, right? And then they go back and tell you, "Oh, look, we got egg on our face when we were talking to the officer here, Shane, Lieutenant Ninja Cop. We think he's still got a gun and he's gonna blow his brains out, or he's gonna, what was it? Oh yeah, he's gonna blow his brains out. He's gonna come into church guns a-blazing." It's all right. I mean, I'm sorry you didn't. God, you're a sick fool. Really just don't care about Aubrey, Alexis, and Caitlin, do you? Hey, let's just continue the cycle. Is Adrian paying you? Because as soon as she gets egg on your face, she goes and talks to Josh. Then she goes and complains to Rick. Don't forget, these things are big. And I'm just saying they are. And then she goes and complains to Rick. Then Adrian comes and says, "Oh, hey, let's just thumb our nose at Alan." December. Hey, Patrick. Faith is running around town. The other soccer moms forwarded me the screenshots and text messages. Faith is telling people that Alexis has been, what was it? Terrorized. Was that really what it was? That Alexis was terrorized. Really? Which one was that? That Alexis was terrorized in the Alexis was terrorized in the lobby or something like that, you know. Well, and she goes and she feeds off of that attention that, you know, everybody gave her on Facebook. Okay, that's just the superficial side. That's the Facebook facade. Underneath it, she's messaging people, and people are saying, "Faith, what happened?" "Oh, it's horrible. It's happened 4 other times," and blah, blah, blah. And like, oh. Wow. That's pretty rough. Oh, I don't want. Thank God for search. Yeah. That is rough. No, I'm not going to share it with you, but yeah, doesn't bother her a bit. Because, I mean, Shane, look, I don't mean to, bust your little, I don't know, facade bubble there, but there's a lot of you can take as much of the facade as needed. Wow. You can take as much of that facade as you want, but underneath, and again, had somebody actually approached me, I would have been more than happy to share. Look, guys, this is what's going on. Enabling it is making it worse. There's really and to really understand and see that. Well, okay, wait a minute. We now also have everything starting back up again because she's got all types of, I mean, she gets a fresh audience. She gets a fresh audience every year, and it really doesn't bother her to start it up again. And those girls really, really, really the rough part is when somebody else hash brown deep roots. Somebody says, what's going on, Brad? Why is Alexis still? That's the shitty part, is even when I remove myself from the situation, that's how you know the problem's still there. The problem still exists. Right? What triggered Faith to go into her March rage? Who the hell knows? What triggers her to keep having these episodes? And Alexis is saying, oh my God, I want to move out of the house. Aubrey is saying, hey, I miss my daddy. Oh, whoops, I'm not supposed to call him that anymore. There's not some kind of magical bubble where... There's not some kind of magical bubble where that disappears and suddenly every generation of every person in Burleson suddenly becomes stupid. It just doesn't happen. I'm sorry if you think it does. I get that you need to just protect your badge, protect your ass, and save your damn sick soul, Shane. You need to get some help. You might want to retire, quit, leave, or something. Why on God's green earth you would forward that to Katie is a complete and total freaking mystery. Do you know what Faith is going to do next? Nope. Neither does anybody else. You know what I'm going to do next? Keep filing this stuff. She's going to wind up in jail, or she's going to get help outside of it. You're not helping.